Hey peeps, it's me again, and we are here today with a new video. So for today I wanted to draw Mavuika from Genshin Impact. She has come out the 1st of January, and obviously I've pulled for her. I was guaranteed, so for me it was easy. Yet the weapon I ended up having to pull way more than I expected or wished for, because I ended up getting Citlali and I don't even know on whom to use that, and I'm out of all my primo gems, so I can't pull for Citlali herself. Guess I will wait for her rerun and we shall hope for the best. Other than that, here I've struggled a lot with Mavuika's body. This is why I don't draw women a lot to start with. It's quite noticeable that I suck with female anatomy. For me personally, male anatomy is way easier than female one. A lot of people think the opposite, but I don't know. The female body is soft, gentle, delicate, everything that I'm not. I sped up the body sketching part because it was tedious for me. I was really about to give up already from the get-go, but then I've managed to make it work, and from then on it was kinda downhill, though the details really were something in her outfit. Seriously, Genshin, why? Also, she has quite the boobas. And I kept changing the size several times until I was satisfied, because they always looked too small for me. Anyway, with this one fan art I want to try something new. I want to try and avoid doing the line art overall. Way less boring work to do, in my opinion. And instead I want to use the sketch as line art, fixing it once I'm done coloring everything. We will see how it will turn out. I'm a bit worried. We will see how it will turn out, because I was quite worried at the beginning, but then it was easier than I thought. For me it's way better if I do this method with shell shading, because the sharp shading it's way easier to fix than soft shading when you also have the wall line art to work on. Even though many people don't use line art overall for soft shading to start with, but I'm not that good. Anyway, on another note, I've also gotten a new camera, or better, a new phone, which has a way better camera. So perhaps next video will be a traditional drawing. I will see what I can do. At the moment, to be honest, I don't really have any idea. None at all. But I will see. Perhaps I will continue the one color challenge, the marker one, or maybe do something completely different. I will see in the future. I will have another week to think about it anyway. This video is going to last quite a bit, I know. I've tried to cut as much as I could, but it's hard I still have to learn properly how to edit videos, but I'm getting there. I don't know, at times I really want to make a long format, something that could last for an hour or even more, but then I give up because I don't think that will be enough for my own style of drawing to show my whole process. And to be honest, I personally can't watch more than 30 minutes of art, of a time lapse or anything along those lines. Then instead, if it's about a video with a documentary or something like that, it can even last for me 2-3 hours, even more, and I can listen to it, even because you just have to listen, not watch as well, which is quite better for me because I can listen while I'm drawing. So I will see if I really want to make a long format video and try that out. But anyway, as I said, the next one will be a traditional one, and after that I want to make some sort of series. A series where I'll learn how to use Live 2D. First, I want to do a video with my model, the one you see here in my PNGtuber. I will draw a full body and then cut it in several parts for Live 2D to learn how to make VTuber models. To be honest, it's quite fun. I've watched some tutorials, and it really is quite fun to do such things. Also, I want to use Live 2D not only for VTubers, but also to try and perhaps animate pictures, illustrations, just like, I don't know, Genshin Impact does with the birthday pictures of the characters, or the drip marketing at times. I really don't remember if the drip marketings are animated on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. I'm sorry, but today my voice is sounding once again raspy for some unknown reasons. At times I feel like I'm getting sick, but then it turns out it's my body trolling me as usual. Usually I'd get sick because when there's something going around the world, be sure I catch it. This year I'm still safe from any flu or anything else. Not even a cold, which is a lot rare because usually as soon as the cold arrives I catch a cold. I never escape it. I try to avoid and leave the zoom out bad habit that I have in the video, and I tried to cut it off as much as I could. Perhaps something was left around, but I think I managed to eliminate most of them. I just can't avoid doing the zoom in, zoom out thingy with my mouse. I have to see how the overall drawing is coming out, even though I have another picture up in my other screen to which I could look every time I want, yet I have to zoom out because I'm dumb. I've tried my best to speed up the whole video, even though avoiding to make it way too fast and too confusing. I don't know. I have this bad habit to keep everything quite zoomed in. I had this bad habit to keep the drawing pretty zoomed in, and so when I move around the whole canvas, you can see me moving pretty quickly when it's sped up in the video. And even if I try to avoid that and trying to cut it around, I can't really cut everything, every single movement, because it might end up looking weird, at least in my opinion. Anyway, that aside, I've taken quite a long time with the overall coloring and shading of the drawing. I thought that perhaps if I was to avoid the line art, then magically I would become the speedmaster or coloring or something like that and finish the whole drawing with millions and millions of details in 1 second. I don't know, my brain didn't brain. It brained. But anyway, jokes aside, I know it was quite sad of a joke. I thought that it could be perhaps a good idea to explain you what I'm doing in the video itself. And since we are already shading, I will go and explain what I've done first. This whole thing happened. I don't know what I'm doing here. Anyway, I first drew this sketch, as you have seen. Then I cleaned it around, but just a little, because without the colors it's a little more confusing. I can do that even after being done shading everything. Then, once I was done with that, I changed the color of the line art sketch, not line art, to a purplish, dark purple color, and then set the layer on multiply. Then underneath I've created a new layer. I've applied base color without bothering with the borders. If I went overboard, I didn't really care and didn't clean it all perfectly as I will do with the line art, coloring every pixel that is left uncolored, which is what takes me a lot of time too. And I've used a color that isn't really present in Mavuika's design, so the colors that I will put above as air colors are going to stick out, and I can see pretty much if I left any corner uncolored. And after that, I've created a folder, placed it on top of the base color, clipped it to the base color, and then I started applying the flat colors and shading them one by one as I was going applying them, which makes the overall process way more fun than just applying flat colors, which is something that I don't like, just like line art. For the various details, I tried to clip them to the base color, so I didn't have to bother going overboard with that color as well. At times, if there was a gradient, I'd just apply it to the base color, though it makes it a little bit more troublesome to shade instead of doing perhaps a clipping of both colors instead, which could maybe be better. And I should remember that for next time if I'm not being way too lazy. I really want to draw another fan art for Capitano. I don't know if you have played the 5.3 update for Genshin, but I really want to draw him again. I love his design. It's quite great. And I won't be saying much more because not everyone has played the update just yet. As always, Genshin does the Genshin thing. Let's just keep it at that. It might be quite difficult to draw Capitano because all the references that I found for him are quite small. There was a model turnaround picture that I had and I used it, though you can't see all his details. And being a Genshin character, he is quite detailed. Not as much as Mavuika. Mavuika, I think she is the most detailed character from this game. As of now, I'm trying and downloading ZZZ, Zenless Zone Zero as well. I've given up to the temptation. I know a lot of people call this a gunner game, whatever. I don't care. I'm just curious about something, even though the gameplay itself isn't really something for me. I don't know if I will be addicted to it as I am with Genshin, and a little bit with Star Rail. But for example, Wuthering Waves is something that I'm playing at as well, but every other week I play it a little bit. Still haven't touched it from the 2.0 update that was on the 2nd of January. I was too busy with Genshin. But there should be something based on Italy, or as I could see, is more like Venice, since it's all about masquerade and carnival and whatnot. There's a character that I keep calling the Rock because she is called Roccia, which in Italian means rock. So for me, she is now the Rock. You can't change my mind. But as for design for the new characters, I think I like just 1.5. One being the only male, and the other it's the woman with the pants, the only one with pants, and she looks quite cool. She has an Arlecchino vibes, so to speak, to let you understand why she caught my attention. And I like that kind of character most of the times, instead of the cutesy. Nahida is an exception because it's not about her design only, but also about her story, that I love her. And she has a green design, and every green character I must have. Green is my favorite color. But anyway, I will see what I can do about fan arts. I'm waiting for the new Star Rail update with the new planet that. And there's one character that really caught my attention, which is My Day. I think he is pronounced like that, I don't know. And there's also Anaxa, who's quite nice, and he is similar to Al-Haytham in vibes. Let's call them vibes. Then there's Castorice. I hope I'm pronouncing her right, which looked pretty in the trailer, but I will wait and see her full design. Other than that, the other characters don't really vibe with me. I will see. I will let you know for whom I will pull, and perhaps perhaps draw a few more fan arts for them as well. Other than games character. I'd like to draw even anime characters as well as my original characters, obviously. Once I will have a little bit of knowledge of Live 2D, I have an idea for one of my original characters to animate them a little bit for something that is in my mind since a little time ago. Then I've also thought that I could do some other tutorials. The next could be hair coloring, perhaps, and also thought that I could actually follow other people's tutorials. Too many S's. I hate them. And perhaps try and learn something new. Also, I'd like to try some new techniques as well. But as I draw right now is what I like doing the most, to be honest. To be honest, drawing in anime style with a soft cell shading kind of thingy, it's what makes me feel more comfortable with the overall process. But I can give it a try to some semi-realism, not realism because that's something that I can do. Just semi-realism is already a pain for me, as I've tried to draw in that style several times and I've always failed. Mostly because I usually draw male characters because, as I said, for me it's easier, the male anatomy. And male lips are difficult to make them look like they are males and not females. I will see in the future what I can do. I can't promise anything. Also, I want to make more traditional art as well. I can try and make some sort of schedule about traditional and digital art, which to do when and where. Though I spend most of my time in front of my computer and my sketchbook, it has been quite a long time since I've last used it. And also I should buy a new one soon because the pages are finishing. But that's a problem for another day. I'm so sorry for making your ears bleed. Anyway, we are reaching the end of this video as well. Here I finished shading everything. I merged every single layer into one and I'm fixing the overall thing, coloring the line art and the base color, fixing every single little details. Not a lot, I still keep everything a little rough, but it looks quite pretty when finished. I was expecting to make a mess. I tried this method some time ago, maybe a little bit different because there I've made something that made everything look a mess. I hated the end result. And after being done with fixing everything, I've drawn the background, quotation marks, because that's not really a background. At first I wanted to make some dotted background thingy, I don't know, my brain what was thinking, but when I tried it didn't look like as my brain imagined. So I changed it to make it flame-like. I've taken inspiration from Mavuika splash art from Genshin itself and did this flame-like thingy that you can see I'm doing. Then after that, I took the character illustration, the layer where the character is, and I hit it with the noise filter, 2%, I think, colored noise, to be precise. Then after that, I duplicate the layer and used chromatic aberration as filter, still quite low. I think it was still 2%, but I'm not sure and I'm too lazy to check. But you can play around with that and see what you like the best. And that's it. I think that's everything I've done with this drawing. Oh, and yeah, I've also added a white border around the whale character to make the drawing pop out more from the background itself. Anyway, as I said, I was almost going to give up on this drawing when I wouldn't draw the body itself. But I'm glad I've continued, even though it was becoming a little bit overwhelming back then. But I really like the outcome of everything, and I'm very proud of it. Once again, I'm feeling quite weird now. How am I proud of everything I'm drawing? This is quite wrong. Perhaps I'm not myself, I'm another person from a parallel world. Okay, this joke is quite sad. Anyway, here the finished drawing. She is so beautiful. I really love Mavuika. Anyway, I thank you for sticking with me. Leave a like and subscribe if you can, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!